Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show to talk about the third of 4 games of the Sweet 16 tonight. Number 2 Uconn beats number 3 Michigan State, 67-63 reaction to advance to the Elite 8, and they'll play Uconn. Good game. Uconn started off really hard in this game. I think it was like 25-8, if I'm not mistaken, early in that first half. But Michigan State done a good job to limit the damage and only trailed 35-27 at halftime. They added within 1 point, I believe, twice in that last few minutes. But man, they hit their clutch free throws. Terrace Reed hit clutch free throws down the stretch. In this one, huge games from Terrace Reed. He's been huge throughout this whole tournament. He had a monster game against Furman, and he followed that up with another double-double against, who else did they play? I forgot who else they played, but then he had a 20-point game tonight. Caravan had 17 and 7. Solo Ball finally hit some shots. He hit 2 threes. Mullins hit 2 threes, so they combined for 4 threes. The bench didn't have much of an impact. Like Jalen Stewart and Malachi Smith had each hit 3-pointers. But Michigan State, I thought the difference was 3-point shooting. Uconn was 9 of 21. Michigan State's 4 of 16. That's just not their strength, is the 3-point shooting. They had to scratch and claw their way back into this game, and they just weren't able to. I just thought the better team won tonight. Michigan State's a good team, but I just thought Uconn was the better team. Uconn dominated early in this one, and Michigan State was able to rally back, and it was a thriller down the stretch. I just thought the 3 ball was the difference. Uconn made 9 threes compared to 4. Caravan, Mullins, Ball all made multiple threes, which is a great sign for them, because Solo Ball's kind of been really inconsistent, like super inconsistent shooting. Mullins has his moments, but good to see them, or for Uconn fans, good to see them get on track tonight. And Caravan made 3. I felt the difference was they couldn't make layups and were missing free throws. That's why this was able to stay where it was. But Uconn led 25-6, completely just stifling, and then Michigan State cuts it back to within 4, and has cut it multiple times to just a bucket. So, great comeback. They did everything they could. It's just the 3-point shooting was the difference. And I felt that could be the difference, because it just simply Uconn has better shooters on paper. They just had the better shooters on paper, if you ask me. But 67-63 is your final score. It's kind of the game recap. Like, Uconn started off really, really hot. Played really good on both ends of the floor. But Michigan State was able to cut it within like 1 or 2. Cut it to a bucket within a few times. But they made their clutch free throws at the end. Michigan State had to shoot a 3. I think it was a 3-point game. They had to shoot a 3 because they wasted so much time. They couldn't get an easy 2. Then they had to shoot a 3. It missed. They got fouled on the rebound. They had to make the first, miss the second, and get the board and try and go tie the game. But you got the rebound. They get fouled, make both free throws, and the game was essentially over from there. But credit to Uconn and Dan Hurley, the better team won this game tonight. Just simple as that. The better team won. 67-63 your final score. But this was a good game. Kind of the same as yesterday. We got 2 good games and 2 bad games. Like Alabama and Michigan was good in the first half, but the second half wasn't good. And Tennessee, Iowa State, ended up being a 14-point win. So kind of the same as yesterday, where we get 2 good games, 2 whatever games, if you ask me. But Michigan State, it's still a good season, with this team. The team might not have had that biggest expectations. They go to the Sweet 16. Uconn, They're back in the Elite Eight to play Duke. That's like Hitler versus Stalin right there. You don't want to see anybody win that matchup. But unfortunately, somebody has to win. I don't want to see either of these teams win, so I'm just rooting for a good game. At this point in the tournament, there's teams I hate that are in this, so I'm just rooting for good games. But yeah, I'm going over the stat sheet. That's really the game recap. And I went over what I thought was the same factor was the three-point shooting of Uconn to the lack from Michigan State. Like, they were able to battle back, scoring in the paint, getting to the free throw line, while Uconn was missing free throws and couldn't make layups. But Michigan State did battle back, give them credit, but Uconn wins, and that's all that matters, surviving and advancing. But yeah, let's go over the stat sheet. Uconn scored 67 points, and improved to a 32-5 record. 35 in the first half, 32 in the second half. Michigan State drops to a 27-8 record in their season. 63 points, 27 in the first half, 36 in the second half. Played a lot better, but they just got off to too slow of a start, and sometimes those slow starts can haunt you, man. Like, yeah, you can come back and make it closer, you fight back, but you just can't start off that slow against Uconn, or against anybody in March Madness. You can't start that slow, especially in Sweet 16. Jordan Scott, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Jackson Kohler, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Cohen Carr, 13 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 of the line, missed all 3 of his 3-point attempts. Carson Cooper, 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 7 rebounds. Jeremy Fierce, 13 points, 7 assists, 5 of 15 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Cam Ward, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 6 rebounds. Kurt Tang, 0 points. Trey Fort, 4 points. He was 1 of 3. Kurt Tang was 0 of 3. And Woj Sick, 0 for 1 with 0 points. They shot 40% from the field, 4 of 16, 25% from 3. 13 of 18, 72% at the line. 39 rebounds, 13 assists, 10 turnovers, 6 steals, 3 blocks, 13 O boards, 26 D boards, and 15 fouls for Uconn. Alex Caravan, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. Terrace Reed, 20 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal. Braylon Mullins, 8 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Silas Demery, 2 points, 1 of 3. Solo Ball, 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Ross, 1 point. Stewart, 4 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. Reeby, 0 points. And then Malachi Smith, 3 points. Had 7 assists and 4 steals, so he was a really big impact off the bench. And hit a 3. They shot 46% from the field, 9 of 21, 43% from 3, 10 of 16, 63% at the line, 30 rebounds, 20 assists, 10 turnovers, 8 steals, 6 blocks, 6 O boards, 24 D boards, and 18 fouls. So that's all to say for this video here, ladies and gentlemen. So leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.